All right, real quick, here's a review of some of the triggers I got into in Apple today. Ended up taking 5 trades here. First of all, as I said in the previous video, if it gapped down below 145 and opened below it, I would trade it as a resistance. Opening trade here was just that, and it did fail to hold. So I took a small loss there, waited for a little bit of price action, tell me it's going to roll over. I wanted to see it come up with some strength and see where it was going to run into resistance. Ultimately, I wanted it to get up to 145 and, or excuse me, 146 and a half. Didn't quite make it all the way up there. Saw a red inverted hammer here with some significant amount of volume. Told me it was very close to a top and to start being prepared to look for a significant move down. The first setup after this topping tail was right here. I got in some 145 puts in and out for another 10% loss. Not a huge loss there. Just had to be patient. Just was too early for the trade. And as it turns out, within another hour, I had some 146 puts. This time I went in the money and worked out to my favor very well. Took half the position off here, rode the rest of it down. Overall, those ended up netting me 30%. Okay, next time it did break down, went in some 145 puts, got in and out for about a 10% gain. Now, by this time, my first losses didn't matter, and I knew for sure that today was going to be bearish. It did put in what looked like it was possibly going to be a little bit of a false breakdown in relation to the opening range bottom, and bounced up. Once it failed to, to reclaim this 145.20 level, kind of had the assumption that it was going to break back down. Got some 145 puts again towards the end of the day, and those ones ended up netting me 30% on the total position. So keep scalping for your 10 to 15%. By all means, go right ahead. You can do it in a bearish chart. You just have to be very, very careful where you pick your spots. There's no debating this chart is bearish at the moment. Significant amount of momentum going down. It's now holding well below the 8-period exponential moving average, closed on lows. In no way, shape, or form does this chart look bearish at the moment. Now, overall, long term, very long term, Apple is bullish. It will go back up at some point. However, right now, just for trading purposes, bears have control. There's really no way to dispute that. Next important level down is going to be this 142.20 area to 142, and I will be looking for price action to come down there for my next target. Now, because we don't really have a setup for a possible breakdown into the close today, we'll be looking for possible moves back up to test some potential levels that may be resistances now. So I'm going to go ahead and move a couple of these lines down. This one appears to be significant right around 144.5. I'm actually going to move some of these other notes down here as well. Put that down there. My initial play will be resistance off that 144.5. Now, if it does gap up, no big deal. I'm not holding anything overnight. But I will look for another level for resistance. What I'm going to do here is also look at this trend line that did break over this previous 3 or 4 day trend. We'll look for that to be resistance if it does actually get back up that far. Now there's still a lot of levels of significance as far as resistance above price, so any bounce that the bulls are able to come up with is likely to get sold off. Right now it is a bearish trade, and there's really no point in fighting the tape on that. If it breaks this 142 level, I would actually be looking for this flagpole measured move from today's break of 145.5 roughly, so about $13 from there is 132. Now that is very far off. It's not too likely for Apple to go down that far, but that is a potential measured move that I would be looking for any kind of significant profit taking in the bears. This would be my plan so far going forward tomorrow. We'll see what the day unfolds, and good luck.